Alright, so everyone always asks me how I do my nails, and I'm going to show you how. Right now I've had this little design on for a couple days, but yesterday I had a casualty and it totally chipped the corner of my nail off. So that means I have to do my nails again. So I thought I might as well show you guys while I'm at it. So first step is to take off everything. Get naked. No, but I'm going to use this CVS nail polish remover. This is about $2. And I'm just going to use some cotton like this. So, like that. And I'm going to unroll it. Like that. And I'm going to divide it like this, about this size, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Fold it over so it looks like that, a little bit wider. Get some nail polish remover and just kind of stick it on there. Leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. Should be good to go even with the glitter flecks and multiple layers of nail polish. So I will be back. Alright, this is normally where people would do their cuticle and filing work, but I like to use a file like this. I got this at Sally's for like $1. It says Beauty Secrets. I like to file my nails when they're still polished, especially since I like to score them off. I like to use the polish as kind of a guideline because when my nails are naked like this, you can't see, or at least I can't see how much or how squared my nails really are. So I like to file my nails when my nail polish is still on. So cuticle work. I like to use a damp cotton ball that I probably use to finish off taking off my nail polish. And I just kind of get it a little bit damp right here around the cuticle area and use one of my nails to push back the cuticles. Normally people use an orange stick, but I don't like to use orange stick. I just like to use my nails. So I would just kind of dampen it a little bit. It doesn't need to be soaking wet, just a little bit damp, and then just push them back. So I already did that. Next, I like to use a base coat. This base coat is very similar to one from Orly called Bonder. This is from Revlon Color Stay. It's their base coat in 500. This, when it dries, it's very tacky. It almost feels like it's not dry, but it is. It just dries tacky. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Doesn't need to be perfect because this is just a clear coat. It's definitely a step that is crucial, especially if you want to wear your nail polish for more than a couple of days. So I'm going to let that dry and I'll be back with the color. Okay, so base coat is dry on both hands. And I'm going to be using a semi-dark color so you can see what's going on. This is Orly Charged Up, and I'm going to be using it as my base color. Probably going to end up with some glitter on top of it, but that's something extra that you can do when you're done with your color. Okay. So I'm going to get a good amount on the brush. Wipe off the back side, the side closest to you. So you have like that. I'm going to go in from the cuticle area down to one swipe and then 2 swipes on the side. I like to cover as much of the nail as possible, even if that ends up touching the cuticle and going on the skin. A lot of people like to leave a perimeter around the nail polish as naked nail, but I don't like the way that looks, so I end up touching the skin, but that's okay, and I can clean that up with a brush and some acetone when I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this hand. It's really not that big of a deal if like one nail is way lighter than this one. You can just fix that with the second coat. Okay, so this is one coat. Kind of messy, but again, it's not that big of a deal. If you're a perfectionist, go ahead and practice, but I'm not. In the end, I like a nice result, but for the time being, this is okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other hand, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is 2 coats of the Orly Charged Up. I don't know if it looks purple, but it doesn't look too purple to me at the moment, but it is. So next I'm going to use my top coat, and this is an ultra glossy high shine top coat, quick dry top coat. This is from Sally Hansen. This is called Insta Dry. It's very comparable to Out the Door and almost Seche Vite, but it's like half the price. So definitely worth it, and it definitely doesn't get as goopy and thick nearly as quickly. So I'm about halfway through it, and it's nowhere near goopy. I already did my top coat on my right hand, and since I'm right-handed, I'm going to go ahead and show you on my left. So I'm just going to unscrew this, and don't be afraid to get a good amount of this. Also, be aware that it lasts way longer if you cap off your ends, your free ends of your nails. Your polish will last way longer, and it just looks finished. More finished, more professional. Alright, so that's done. You can already see how shiny that is. And I'm gonna wait for that to dry. It shouldn't take too long. Also be aware that you shouldn't put that top coat on right away after you finish with your color. You should wait about 2 to 3 minutes until it's not soaking wet or dripping wet, but it's about kind of tacky, where it's still wet, but it's not completely dry either. You could wait until it's completely dry, but then you're just kind of defeating the purpose of a quick dry. So I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I'm going to come in with my acetone and nail art brush to clean up my edges. Okay, so I'm back. This is my nail art brush that I use to clean up my edges. This is from a set from a brand called Mash, M-A-S-H, and it's a set of like 15 to 20, I don't even know how many, but it's quite a lot of nail art brushes, and I use this particular brush every time I polish my nails to clean up my edges. This is, it used to be a tiny little white brush, but now it's kind of red because I use it a lot. So I'm going to be using a little bit of acetone. There's a little bit of acetone in this cap. You can get acetone from anywhere, just about anywhere. I got mine at my grocery store, but I know you can get it at Sally's. And if you have a Sally's card, it's discounted. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that. You don't need a whole lot. Get some on your brush and just go at it. You're cleaning up any part of the skin that has nail polish on it, as well as the cuticle area that may have gotten polish on it. Cleaning up the cuticle area especially will prolong your nail polish wear, just because if there's nail polish left on there, it's more likely to lift. It ends up leaving a little bit of that perimeter that people like to leave when polishing their nails, but this is much less noticeable in my opinion, and it's just easier to do. If you're wondering where I got this brush from, Like I said, it came in that nail art kit, but I got that for my birthday from one of my friends, and I think it's still available on Amazon, but apparently this is the brush set that Adele's people use for her nails. So hey, if it's good enough for Adele, definitely good enough for me. Alright, so there's one hand completely done. I'm going to go on to the other hand, and I'm going to go off camera because it's a little bit more messy and it's not as pretty to look at. So I'll be back with my final product. Alright, so here we go. This is the final product. Perfectly polished nails. Let me guys know if you have any requests. I'm going to start doing nail art tutorial videos. So I do them regularly, but I just haven't recorded any yet. So let me know if you have anything specific. I'm going to start doing Valentine's Day inspired nails, since Valentine's Day is coming up, as well as something for prom. Definitely let me know